to the AltGC podcast, episode 6, Dirty Tricks. I'm the Dark Preacher, and joining me tonight are Senny.
Yo!
Alt.
How do you do?
Alex.
Hello.
And Living.
Hi.
And leading off tonight, we have Twitch news, followed by the good, bad, ugly, and a new segment, White Noise. Alright, so according to the notes, it seems that Etho's been having more successful streams, and he's finally gotten some chat moderation.
Yeah, because we need to moderate chat, of all people.
Well, you know, he does get a little out of hand every now and then.
Well, he does. Etho calls it a. When you have 6,000 people in your one of your first streams, it's not so secret.
Well, especially if you have the Minecraft subreddit saying, "Hey, Etho's streaming."
I think he just never retitled it from when he originally tried streaming, like 2 years ago.
No, actually, he didn't.
I think about it in his second stream, his second release. Yeah, I never actually opened.
Well, at least he's got some moderators.
Yeah, he desperately. Well, how many did he get?
I think 4. I'm not sure. It was Bell who decided to bring this to our attention, but unfortunately, because of time constraints on his end, he's no longer able to participate in the podcast. Which is why we have Senny here tonight.
Hello.
TwitchCon ticket sales are up. I've never heard of TwitchCon before.
I think I heard of it, like when they did the first one.
Is it in San Diego? Or
yes.
Somewhere in California?
It's probably at Twitch HQ or something.
That is why I did not even heard of it. I looked at, yeah, it's in California.
It's in San Francisco.
It's in California somewhere, so it's
too far. But it's going to be from September 25th to the 26th. It's just going to be Friday and Saturday. You can get a single day pass for Friday for $50. Early bird price is $45. Saturday is $60. Early bird price is $55. A 2-day pass is $85. Early bird price is $75. And the Saturday end of show party for badge holders is $25 to get in. And you'd think they'd be making enough money off just advertising alone.
Well, cons cost a money to say. For PAX East, they actually, for one of them, they did a complete cost breakdown. And all that money that comes in ticket sales, not a single penny is profit. Profit comes in other ways, but not a penny comes from the sales.
Yeah, but you know they're going to be streaming every single panel they have for TwitchCon. And that's going to have advertising slapped all over it.
Hopefully they don't do too much, because panels are really, you can't have one.
Yeah, true.
Beginning, intermediate times, beginning and end.
But you can buy your tickets now if you are going, save 10%, and that's good till the 24th. So 2 weeks from today. They started going on sale today at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Still not going. Well, today, as in the 10th, wherever this.
When this actually gets uploaded.
Yeah, it'd be Monday, Tuesday at the latest. So I hope everyone's weekend was good. Twitch has now over 1,000 songs you can use for free while streaming that won't get your video on demand muted.
90% of it being EDM. The rest being hip-hop.
What's EDM? Hip-hop,
electronic dance music.
They're both kind of meh. Some of it I kind of like, but...
Well, they teamed up with Rhymesayers, which is a hip-hop label.
They only went to one publisher? Or they
From what they're saying, they only partnered with one actual label. The rest, they just got a bunch of pretty much cleared songs that are, I think, either free to use or free to use as long as the artist gets credit or something like that. Creative Commons.
I think most of those they're listing are ones where they got special permissions for use via Twitch. Otherwise, I'm surprised stuff like Incompetech isn't listed there.
Yeah.
Because that music is all just awesome.
Oh, well, yeah. Kevin MacLeod makes good stuff.
I think I'm just going to stick with what my current method is and not make any money.
and get trolled by people playing in random music like me.
Some troll music is fun. It's this awful song has to cut people. It's hilarious and awful. It's the right mix.
Well, I've got a song I want to add in next time I catch you streaming.
I don't know the song. I don't want to know it. But there's 100 freaking variants of it. One stream, this guy did it for literally 2 hours of different songs. I just laughed the whole time. I'm going to stick for that until there is a more robust source.
Yeah. Wasn't there something in basically like Twitch guidelines that says if you pay for the service that you're streaming the music from, it's okay?
That doesn't sound right to me. Maybe.
Now it depends.
Well,
on the
I know there was
service's EULA. Like you can't stream Pandora technically because Pandora, if you're listening to it on Pandora, but stream it Pandora to other people against the rule technically.
Well, no. I know Flutterer. She does streams where she streams music from Pandora.
You can.
And she's actually had Twitch admin come in and say, "Yeah, it's fine."
I mean, for Pandora's EULA, not Twitch's EULA.
Ah.
But that's a technicality. They don't. I've never seen them enforce it. Or
I don't think they will.
I think it's just there to be red tape for if a song happens, they have legal binding.
Yeah. But the good folks at Twitch don't care if you're, as long as you're paying for the music that you're streaming, they really don't care.
Honestly, from all those Humble Bundles I've bought, I should probably just take all the music from those and make that into a playlist.
That would work.
I had 30 Humble Bundles worth of music.
And it's all game music too. For the most part.
Yeah, I could do that, but no,
go ahead. And eventually you'll be playing Bastion music over some shooter.
Honestly, I'd probably end up with Bastion Transistor music just playing. Those soundtracks are.
Hey, Transistor has really good music.
Their whole studio makes just great music. You just have I want a new game. I don't care what the context is. I'm just gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
2 games, 4 years. Says the guy who loves Bethesda. Where's Fallout 4?
Released alongside Half-Life 3.
Too soon, Senny. Too soon. Well, moving on, we have the good, bad, and the ugly. Starting off with the good, we have Nosgoth.
Game I don't actually care for.
Well, it basically, to sum it up in one sentence, it's CSGO with vampires and vampire hunters instead of terrorists and counter-terrorists.
And bows and arrows.
Oh, yeah.
And you can transform and climb up walls. Other team. I don't know. The one time I played for a little more than one, but the last time I remember playing was all the hunters would hide in a corner waiting for the vampires to slaughter us one at a time. Then we would eventually attrition the enemy. Because when we killed the vampires would come to us. And when we all killed one vampire here. But when one of us got taken out, it was a huge blow to the team. Only all of us got one. We just took out the vampire.
Well, I think they might have rebalanced the game just a little bit since you played. Made it a little more fair. But it's a free-to-play game.
Yeah, and it does look good. But it still has my least favorite thing about it. But I understand
early access. Yeah, early access is the bane of Alt's existence. Because you see these images and videos for these awesome looking games, and then you scroll down just a little bit and it says early access, and you're just like, oh.
I want to play
the game ends up looking like our next game. On the bad. Or the ugly.
Yep, the bad. Moving on, we have Servarium, or however you pronounce it.
The only bad thing about this game is the name. The name is awful.
The name is awful. They've been promising PvE for a long time. They have yet to release it. And basically it's just PvP, PvP, PvP. And it's translated 5 different times before it even got to English? Started out in Russian?
Yes, it is. The problem is the Stalker game type. All those games are made probably by a dozen Russians in Russia for the Russian market. Then they just trickle out. Right, and so I hate the name. It got translated and then retranslated, and now it's in English in America. And the roadmap PvE was supposed to be out in the first quarter of this year. So they have 20 days. So if they only have it out when you actually, just like in Stalker, you would go around collecting the artifacts, go to community hubs, fighting factions, fight bandits and all that stuff. It's going to be great, amazing, because the game looks like Stalker, feels like Stalker, but with more refinement. I'd say it feels a more solid game because it's not a game from 10 years ago now.
Welcome to growing old.
All right, but right now it's just a bog standard FPS with the artifact mechanic there. There are some maps that have artifacts that you can go in, collect, get power boosts for. Each one's special. One makes you nigh immortal, but head starts still count. There's a lot of.
And the great thing is, it's not pay to win.
Oh, the only thing you can buy is stuff that you can get in game without too much effort. Like there's a few boost packs, but those boost packs are normally first level equipment, so you can skip the first stage. And the golden gun is the exact same gun, but you can get you can get it maybe like a level earlier than the regular equivalent. But the guns you start with, besides the bolt rifle, but don't use the bolt rifle. It's nice, it's accurate and all. You'll be murdered by guys toting machine guns for your first couple matches to get a different gun. Take the machine gun at first. You'll be great. You're happy. Weapons and items drop in game. So you can.
One of the major complaints is if you try and switch up the graphics settings, it'll bog down your game.
Well, again, it has the most bane of my existence: early access. Which annoys me so much. When this game is done, I will probably love it and play it forever. But right now it has my bane.
But that'll be 5 years from now.
No, the game's cycle. It should be done mid this year. There's I don't know what's taking them so long. They don't really give excuses. It's like it's not done yet. Maps are going to be huge. They're going to be stalker size maps. It's not going to be the arenas they currently you can actually tell where these arenas will eventually fit into a large area, but it just doesn't exist yet. Survivarium, give me the multiplayer.
It's 8 versus 8 team battles
Currently.
Those things have got to be nuts.
Oh yeah, especially when the artifact first drops.
I thought it was crazy, going into a Halo multiplayer match and having it would be like 6 versus 6.
I was playing the other day. I was that 0.6 hours I have on. I was just seeing if the PvE was out yet. It wasn't. We had to decide to play. I was forced to play because we could download the game through Steam, so I had to redo the first mission to play it at least. And it was a team deathmatch to 100 deaths. Oh man, it was crazy. Wow. These are all people that it's a stalker-like game. That means everyone is wearing camo in an overgrown city. Everyone's wearing the right colors, so everyone freaking blends in. And when you see a head and you get shot, it's why you say start with a machine gun. Just trust me, machine gun.
8v8's not that insane. Halo's been doing 8v8 since Xbox One, and right now on Battlefield you can do 32 versus 32.
I can also play Planet Side and do 100v100. So these aren't too. It's not. This game doesn't feel like it's meant to be. It doesn't feel like it. Because there's already enough of those. We're on the PC. We have enough of them. I want my PV.
There's enough of those too. There's really enough of both. This game is just unnecessary.
For games of its type, there isn't any where it is a game where you are in a world where you try to collect things in a PvE environment where there's other players. True, but you could
Rust.
No zombies.
There's no zombies in Rust.
Well, now.
And there haven't been for like 6 months.
This is not a go build a house in the woods kind of thing. It's or make your character go murder everybody.
What's it gonna be when it's PvE then?
It's kind of hard to describe. You play Metro, right? Metro 20.
So you're just gonna go from place to place like eating mushrooms?
Yes.
Because if you're not shooting each other, you're just gonna collect mushrooms.
Collect artifacts and killing the wildlife. This is the kind of game I really enjoy. Where it is about survival, but it's not about building a house and taking over every person you see. That's all.
So kind of
But
like
the
the
goal of
Long
the game
Dark
is
if it was
shooting each other.
multiplayer.
So what multiplayer? Sorry, Preacher.
The Long Dark?
I never played the. Oh, it's another early access game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Rust.
You see what I'm talking about? There is enough of both.
I don't need Rust. I might play the Long Dark. I think Rust is redundant.
You don't like Rust because someone just griefed you to death.
It's the whole purpose of the game. That is like same with DayZ. The whole
All right, thank you. Then the purpose is not building houses.
both. Purpose to build a house and then get it ruined by someone else.
You can't knock down other people's houses without standing there for literally an hour.
Smashing away at it with a crude stone
And
axe.
that's for 4 walls. Four walls. It takes you an hour to knock them down.
I just have no interest in it. It needs a new name. It really doesn't need.
Like Servarium is just Rust instanced with like PvP matches.
Yes, but you don't start out having to craft your weapons. You just find them.
Not until it gets to the stage Rust is at now, and then it's just going to be Rust.
Well, moving on. We are now
Can
at the
I make
ugly.
one wise ass comment?
Go for it.
The name Severium just makes me think you're going to be doing a survival game in an aquarium.
Yeah.
Also known as Stranded Deep or Subnautica.
And there's a game for that too.
But moving on, we have the ugly of our good, bad, and ugly, Dark Base 01. I can't believe they're actually charging money for this game.
Looks like a Flash game.
It is. It basically is a Flash game. Yeah, I could play something like this on my browser
For free!
I could play something like this on a smartphone for free.
I fucking played some pretty good games.
And it's apparently part of a pay what you want indie bundle via Steam. Well, I'm just looking at the sale page right now, and it's like buy daily indie game bundles and pay at least $1.50, and you get 6 games.
Wow. And there goes Alt's wallet.
No. I had to at least want 2 games before I buy them.
Excuse me, Alt. I've seen your desktop the way it used to be. It was covered in icons of games that you had bought, downloaded, and played once.
Again, it has to have at least 2 games I actually want. If it has 2 games I want, that doesn't mean I'm going to play them, but I want them. What it requires.
But seriously, this game, it's been out since March 30th. I could so totally find something that looks exactly like this, probably on Facebook.
Or Congregate.
Yeah. This actually looks like it should be on Facebook instead of on Steam. And the really sad thing is, it's a story-driven single-player experience, which means the whole thing's on rails. There's no real exploration. It's just, you're here, you're going here, this is what's going to happen to you in between. If you fail this objective, you die. And it just recently got Steam keys and trading cards. That's one of the big selling points of it.
Wait.
Oh my god, I can buy it and then make my money back on the cards I get from it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's people who actually want them.
Yeah.
I still don't see the purpose of those trading cards.
I
understand that all trading cards, yeah, but still. I just don't see why they're such a big selling point.
Because people like to collect things even if they're worthless.
Like hats in Team Fortress 2.
Exactly.
Games,
That's just you.
there's more than just...
And half of Steam.
Or otherwise, they have enough to pay someone else to make it 2 times.
I can't really say much myself. I have like about 250 games.
Well, Alex, what do you think?
Alex is muted.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Alex.
He's probably doing research for the next D&D run.
Next week, we should force him to bring in the topics.
Well, if we can get him in, we can probably find out what the heck's going on in D&D. I hear they have a bear in the party now.
You mean Lord Bear?
The bear
No.
died.
No.
Wrong thing?
They have a bear as a player character, and it's house ruled all to hell. Right, Alex?
Yeah, since there isn't really a bear race.
There's
a bugbear race.
He didn't want to be a bugbear. He wanted to be a bear.
bears.
He wanted to be a bear.
This sounds like someone who's read too many things on forums, especially about someone who had a bear character with a really, really high bluff check.
Yes, Sir Barrington. I know the forum post.
Yeah.
But you know,
Bluffed his way into a party, made out like a bandit, and then when somebody beat his bluff, he had them thrown in prison.
I'm a burr. You know what, sir? I'm a burr. So bad. I never saw this.
The only way I can think of legitly having a bear as a character is a druid who's shapeshifted into a bear and then forgot how to change back.
Which can happen.
Which has happened, I think. At least a few campaigns out
Or
there.
a werebear that second the bear form too. From the hybrid form.
And that, folks, is the reason why we use push to talk.
Yawn. Wait, we need to get Steffi in here to yawn.
No. That kind of a yawn is not safe for work. Right, Alec?
I wouldn't know.
Alright, I think it's time to move on to white
I
noise.
couldn't find a topic. Found one. This is a topic of discussion.
Yep. I was browsing through the best of Craigslist, and I came across a 1978 GMC G15 custom Star Trek boogie van.
Don't forget the quotes around Boogie.
The outside of this van is completely covered in murals, and the inside is completely covered in red
I
velvet.
would not want to go in there with a black light. Look at the picture.
Yeah, no. The pictures on this thing.
So bad, man. I was making a contact.
We have a painting on the hood. A painting on the hood that's supposed to be, I'm guessing, Dr. McCoy, Spock, and Captain Kirk. And
Oh
it
my
doesn't
God,
look like
the
any
chin.
of them.
Spock, big Spock.
Oh my God, the chins.
Other two I couldn't talk.
Not with that chin.
The eyebrow.
Yeah, the eyebrows are there. That's fine, but the chin, it's like Jay Leno dressed up as a
It's
freaking
spray paint.
Vulcan.
What do you expect?
It also
That's
looks
actually
like
all
they're
airbrush.
making out with the inside of the hood with the lips.
Uh-huh.
Just all pursed.
No, it does have some good artwork on it, but then you get around to the passenger side, and that's not safe for work.
Or driving around in the United States.
No, it's plenty safe for driving around the United States. It's just everybody's going to point and laugh at you. For those of you who aren't seeing this, because I am not including the pictures of that in the video, it is basically Spock standing behind a topless woman in full 1970s glory, basically doing the Luke Skywalker stance.
Including the puffy nipples.
Yeah.
And continuing criticize. I can't say the word.
Criticizing?
Yeah, continuing criticizing of the art. This Spock looks Chinese.
Really? I thought he looked like, I don't know, some waspy old woman from, like, I don't know, Long Island?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I don't want to say his name is Spock. I want to say his name is Judith. And, like, she works at, like, this small bookstore on Long Island. And she always complains about the kids coming in, just reading the magazines and putting them back on the shelf.
This isn't a library!
Yeah, she probably sounds like that, too. But this thing has faces all over it. I mean, the owner has had it since 2013. When he posted this a month before, he had found a face he had never seen. I don't even know what's supposed to be depicted on the back doors. I mean, is that Kirk? Is that whole one episode where he was stuck on the planet with those Native Americans and he forgot who he was? I have no clue what's going on here. This whole thing looks like someone who has never seen Star Trek decided to get a few reference pictures and then just spray paint the heck out of this
It
van.
does look like Kirk with a lightsaber. It looks like a lightsaber.
Might be, might not be. I don't know.
I may be thinking TNG phasers, but did the old ones have actual handles to them?
Yeah,
like
they
proper
did.
guns?
Yeah, it looked like an actual pistol.
It may be an actual old classic phaser, but it's covered by the handle. of the door.
Possibly, but the thing made me saying things lightsaber, it's like it's starting to glow at the top.
No,
Well,
I
then-
think that's just his peck.
Well, then there's the driver's side. It's got the Enterprise firing a phaser from the bottom observation area directly onto a planet's surface right at the feet of some weird-looking alien. I don't even think that's a species that's in Star Trek.
The one that looks like it's actually spitting something out.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's... Let's see. It actually kind of looks like a Cylon with Andorian antenna painted red. So obviously somebody was high when they painted this.
Again, do not touch the interior. You might get a contact high.
Well, don't breathe in too deep when you're close to the velvet padding in the entire place. And for the life of me, I can't understand why they would want a very tiny sink.
Well, you gotta wash up afterwards.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Living, would you buy this van?
No, I wouldn't. Even if I had money to burn, I wouldn't buy it. I mean, it's good, it's cool. Somebody knew what they were doing when they pasted the artwork on, but I don't have a mustache, so I'm legally not allowed to drive a van like that.
This looks like the kind of van that somebody would kidnap a nerd from a Comic-Con with.
I don't think it would work because the nerds would be saying the exact same thing we're saying, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look right.
That's not right. That's not right. I think
You
the
think
only way
you're
to get
a
them
Star Trek fan?
inside. I think the only way to get them inside the van would be to sit there and say, "Well, there's more murals on the inside. You want to come critique them too?" Well, it was done by G.S. Roy. I've never heard of him. He's a well-known Canadian artist, I'm assuming, because this thing is up in Vancouver.
Well, a lot of people sign their artwork, no matter who it is, and a lot of people do artwork.
If it's the same person, Gordon S. Roy up in Toronto.
I'm guessing that's him.
Yeah, car and bike murals, so probably back. It's probably him.
Well, the good news is, I think it's got a mini fridge set where you can keep your chloroform nice and cold. This thing is just weird all over. Well, Alt, would you buy this
Hell
van?
no.
What about you, Senny? Would you buy this van?
Definitely not.
I don't think Alex would buy this van.
Who is yet again muted.
Yeah, he does that. Well, I think this episode of the podcast is going to be a little shorter than usual. We didn't really have a whole lot to cover this week.
I have a new job, so I've been very busy. I haven't been able to find anything to cover.
And, we lost Tim, who usually brought us at least 4 or 5 different links to stuff. But we got Senny, so we'll probably be getting at least a couple of links out of him a week. Right?
Maybe?
Alright then. But in closing,
Angry Preacher is Scary Preacher.
well, I have reason to be angry about things, but we're not going into that. I have noisy neighbors when I try to record.
Of course. It's the only time they ever make noise, either.
But, oh yeah. They live upstairs, and they stomp down the stairs like their feet weigh 500 pounds apiece. And it's
But
metal stairs.
only when you're streaming or recording.
They only make noise when I'm recording. Any other time, I'm watching a YouTube video. Nothing. They go down the stairs quiet as church mice. I decide to hit record on OBS. It's like a light goes on outside, and a sign underneath it says, "Be as noisy as possible." But, in closing, to wrap all this up, Etho finally got some control over his chat. TwitchCon tickets are on sale right now. Get them before the 24th, and you get a 10% discount. Twitch also has over 1,000 songs that are mostly electronic dance music and hip-hop, which, in my own personal opinion, is all crap. And
There's like
from what I
about
can
10
tell-
metal songs mixed in there.
Yeah. So just get a playlist of those 10 and just keep playing them over and over. I'm sad. But let's see. They have over 1,000 songs cleared for YouTube and streaming and all that. Steam, we've had the good, which is Nosgoth, which is CSGO with vampires. The bad, Cervarium, which is hard to pronounce and doesn't have PvE yet, and has translation issues. And the ugly, which is Darkbase 01.
More hacks.
And that is basically a flash game that they're charging $5 for. And we've tried a new segment, which is White Noise, where we go out and we find random crap to talk about. But that's it for me.
Everyone.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Have a good day, everybody.
Till next time.
And for Alex, bye-bye.